Today, we discuss heartburn, medicines you might be taking for it, and how that's affecting your gut microbiome, and how to finally get to a place where you can eliminate some of those symptoms. Okay, give me just a moment, please, while I share my screen with you. Okay. Heartburn and your meds and how to get off of the roller coaster. First of all, what causes the heartburn? You know, we've been told it's excess stomach acid, and that's why we're usually prescribed PPIs, proton pump inhibitors, and they're prescribed to decrease that stomach acid. Common ones are Prevacid, Prilosec, Nexium, Protonix. There's a few others. It's one of the top 10 prescribed drugs in the world. It was originally thought to be harmless, but PPIs have widespread effects throughout the body. What caused the heartburn to begin with? Sometimes it's heartburn, but sometimes it's gastritis or inflammation of the stomach and the upper GI tract. The reasons for the symptoms are usually not addressed. PPIs are often cause the symptoms to persist or even get worse. The medicines that you take, those PPIs, do not fix the problem, but instead they sometimes temporarily give you relief. What's the harm of the PPIs? Well, definitely decreased nutrient absorption and a gut dysbiosis, which we're going to talk about extensively. That's growth of the wrong gut microorganisms, an inability to break down proteins, rebound excess production of stomach acid. So we take it to curb that stomach acid, but your stomach in retaliation says, no, I need this, I'm going to make more. It causes stomach issues like bloating, pain, diarrhea, and constipation. Increased reflux symptoms, and increased gastrin production, which is a hormone or an enzyme that is used to break down food. So we get excess, which can cause bacterial infections and also increases our risk of cancer. So the symptoms that we experience from those medicines, they don't stop there. I'm sure you've heard of the gut-brain axis. When your gut is happy, your brain is happy. When your gut is mad, your brain is also not happy. So these medicines also cause mood disorders, things like depression, anxiety, increased brain fog, irritability, also joint pain, and an overall feeling of overwhelm. Why do we need that stomach acid in the first place? Well, like I said, we really need it to break down proteins. We need it to stop the bad bugs from growing in our stomach. We need it for the absorption of all nutrients, macronutrients, micronutrients, and minerals. And not enough stomach acid results in a cascade of effect throughout our body. How did your symptoms start? Well, there's a lot of different ways, and usually there's more than one that's affecting you. The wrong foods at the wrong time, for example, eating late at night and having that food sitting in your stomach. Trauma, any kind of trauma, a traumatic event, a time of food insecurity when you didn't have enough food, or maybe you did not have quality food. Surgery, illness, or pregnancy, any of those are traumatic to the body. A stressful time of life, all of these are detrimental to our gut health. Not enough sleep, excess exercise, toxins, including skincare, foods from the environment, a combination of any or all of these. The good bugs are really, really important to us. This includes beneficial bacteria and fungi, and we live in symbiosis with them. We need them. Good gut flora promote protein breakdown and absorption, other nutrient absorption, such as carbohydrates, fats, and micronutrients. They protect the gut lining. They have a nice, beautiful layer in there that helps fend off anything bad coming into the gut. They help fight infection, protect us from autoimmune diseases, optimize our metabolism, protect against obesity, and they really help to give us a feeling of well-being and promote that sense of ambition and motivation because, like I said, it's tied into brain health. When the bad bacteria dominate, well, this is an imbalance of the gut microbiome. It damages the gut lining. It impairs the gut from producing those stomach acids that we need. It damages the tight junctions between cells of the intestine. Cells of the intestine are usually joined up real tight together. When they get damaged, there's spaces in between, and these spaces are called leaky gut. And suddenly large food particles can get in now that couldn't before. And this is the cause of a lot of the food intolerances that many people experience when they have these cascade of different problems. Also, adverse food reactions. It causes slowed metabolism. It alters our mood and causes brain fog, anxiety, depression, and just general apathy. It increases risk of cancers, especially stomach cancers, increases risks of autoimmune disease, and it can lead to such things as SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, SIFO, which is small intestinal fungal overgrowth, inflammatory bowel disease, among other things. So what foods hurt the microbiota and can cause heartburn and gastritis, it should say up there? Processed foods, processed oils, excess sugar, or high fructose corn syrup. And I say friends of high fructose corn syrup because it's hiding as a lot of different names right now, so it makes it hard to find it. Conventionally raised meats, especially red meats, it's much different for our gut than grass-fed meats. Whole different animal. That's funny. Whole different thing. Not enough good fats, too many omega-6s, so not enough of those omega-3s. Excess alcohol, many different prescriptions and over-the-counter medicines as well. Not enough fruits and vegetables, or fruits and vegetables that have pesticides or herbicides on them that harm the gut. Not enough high quality fiber intake, like from fruits and vegetables and beans and other legumes, or a combination of all of the above. What do I do now about the recurring stomach issues and the heartburn? Well, first, your job is to find the triggers. What's causing the heartburn to begin with? And then, of course, eliminating those triggers. Now, it doesn't mean they need to be eliminated forever. Sometimes. Okay, I say sometimes because a really big one for many people is wheat. And sometimes people just do better when it's taken out altogether. And there's lots of different theories as to why we have such a big problem with wheat these days. Some of them have to do with the pesticides being sprayed on them. Sometimes it has to do with the timing of the meals I'm not saying not all of these foods will have to be eliminated forever, but in the very beginning, it's important to take them out so that you can understand how each of the different foods is affecting your gut. Stress reduction is a really big one. Learn some new techniques for stress reduction. Some ideas are deep breathing techniques. I found some incredible apps that are excellent for stress reduction, and most of us have a smartphone, so it's always handy and always available, even in the midst of a crazy day. And seeking help for dealing with unresolved past traumas. This is really big. So if there's a trauma in your past that you haven't dealt with, it can still be affecting your gut health in a very serious way. So seeking help so that you have professionals that can help you deal with that and help you get to a better place will really help your gut microbiome. How do we restore damage to the gut? Stress reduction, the right foods, the right exercise, the right people, and the right job. You know, sometimes the job and the people that we're hanging out with really are adversely affecting our health. And we haven't really dealt with that. So sometimes eliminating those things, finding a job that's more healthy for you might actually be in order. Eliminate the things in life that are not working and make some changes to heal and restore. There are several different ways that we can address the gut dysbiosis in terms of diet. A simple elimination diet is one way. The Institute of Family Medicine Elimination Diet Protocol is another. A couple of different options for specific diagnoses that you might have are the Institute of Functional Medicine Low FODMAP diet or the Institute of Functional Medicine Anti-Candida Food Plan. Those really depend on a diagnosis that you've been given by your healthcare professional first. So let's address just eliminating the trigger foods. Used alone, this may be best if your symptoms are relatively new, if you haven't been dealing with them a long time. One of the challenges is learning what are your trigger foods. Food sensitivity tests may help, but sometimes they're not real accurate. And so sometimes it's hard to get a good indication of what exactly is really affecting our gut. It's best if making a drastic change to your diet would be really difficult. I say that, but just an elimination diet, just eliminating those trigger foods can sometimes be pretty difficult because sometimes they're the foods that we tend to eat most often. You may be most successful if you're working with someone else, like a nutritionist or a mentor, because anytime we're making any kind of dietary or lifestyle change, it's hard to make those changes, and it really helps to have someone that's helping you with tools and protocols to make it easier. The Institute of Functional Medicine has a protocol, an elimination diet protocol, which specifically eliminates those top food triggers, as well as those foods most likely to cause an inflammatory response in most people. The elimination diet is meant to be used for a minimum of 3 weeks. And when I say that, I mean this IFM elimination diet. After those 3 weeks, foods are usually added back in and symptoms are monitored. Sometimes it's a little bit longer than that, but then foods are gradually added back in. You may choose to do a specialized diet for your diagnosis instead. And I mentioned those before, the low FODMAP, anti-candida, a specific carbohydrate diet is listed on here as well. All of those are specific protocols created by IFM. These do require a bit more preparation. They require a little more adjustment to make it work when you're in social situations. They have been shown to, based on research, for those people dealing with certain conditions like SIBO and SIFO, patients that take supplements that are recommended and follow these diets as accurately as they can are those patients that tend to have the most success in eliminating their symptoms. Implementation is most successful with the help of a nutritionist, a dietitian, or another practitioner, just because these are a bigger change in what you're usually eating. A less laborious plan might be better for you if you're more likely to follow one of those plans that doesn't take as much time to implement. So fix nutritional deficiencies. So B vitamins, magnesium are usually deficient for those people that have some gut microbiome issues. I really want you to think of food as medicine because it is your first and primary medicine, more important than anything else that you might be taking in terms of prescription or supplement or whatever. So when you think about it that way, it's easier to learn how to choose foods that heal. You want to choose foods that are high in nutrients and that help to fix those nutritional deficiencies. Choose high quality protein. Choose whole grains, fruits and vegetables, nuts, seeds, healthy oils, healthy proteins, and really work to learn how to select the most nutritious foods in each of those categories. The most nutritious foods are usually one ingredient foods as opposed to multi-ingredients on a label. Supplements can be really important for your gut health, for repair, but the supplement industry is not real regulated, so you really want to be careful about your source of supplements. Make sure it's a trusted source. Look for any interactions with other medicines that you're taking. Understand your supplement company. A lot of them, the really good ones, indicate where their products come from, and they have research that shows what kind of toxins might be present in the different supplements that they have. Look for sources of toxins and eliminate them. These are areas where toxins are most likely found. Skincare products. Skin is your biggest organ. If you couldn't put it in your mouth, it shouldn't be going on your skin. That's how important it is. Household cleaners, yard chemicals, paints and treatments in your home, things you might be exposed to at work. Food additives and preservatives, be very careful. Look for if you're those foods that are part of the dirty dozen should be organic only to stay away from those pesticides and chemicals. Processed foods and pesticides, food chemicals, and be careful of the endocrine disruptors found in many processed foods. Frequent follow-up is really important because this is not a quick fix. It really does require you to be a scientist of your own body, a scientist of your symptoms and what is affecting it. Do not entertain negative stories that put doubt in your healthcare journey. Your job is to seek out people who are supporting your journey. Look for sources of inspiration and encouragement. It's your journey and you're worth it. There's no better investment in your time, your resources, and your dedication. Your medical team is very important. I hope that you have a functional medicine or naturopathic provider on your team. A nutritionist is also very, very valuable. Providers should be able to work together to optimize your gut health. Your providers should be open to any questions that you have, and they shouldn't pretend to know all the answers. So for example, if you come to your provider with a research article that you just found and you're worried or concerned or just want to discuss it, your provider should never be intimidated by you coming with knowledge. They should embrace it. You are your best health advocate. Nobody knows what's going on with your body more than you, so you really need to embrace that. You're worth it. Look for inspiration. Look for mentors. Eliminate people, perhaps short-term, who are not in support of the changes that you are making. Work on establishing new habits and routines that support your endeavors for lasting change, and understand the impact that this has for you. Contemplate what your life would be like without those symptoms that you have been experiencing, and remind yourself multiple times throughout the day that it's worth it to work to eliminate those symptoms. Thank you so much. If you'd like some more help dealing with heartburn or eliminating the meds or getting on a specific diet, I would love to help you. In the meantime, in love and wellness, have a phenomenal day. Take care.